So in my last video I made a video about the International Space Station passing overhead where I live, and it was a coincidence in the sense of when the ISS passed over its highest point. It was in the middle of the day, just when the sun was at its highest point as well. So that was something I found quite interesting, shared that with you, and if you've not seen that video, I'd recommend you have a look at it first. But at the end of that video I said this: so next time I'll do a video where we can actually see the ISS in the sky itself without just the use of the app, just like Venus. At the moment, if you can see Venus, just above that chimney, nice big bright point in the sky. So the ISS would be something similar to that. That was 23 days ago, and this morning I spotted an opportunity where the International Space Station was flying over at about 4:30 AM, just before 4:27 AM. So I used the phone, an iPhone, and I used the GoPro, and I tried to capture that for you, because I did say that next time I'll try and show the ISS flying over from the sky, and I said it'd be about as bright as Venus. So that's what we've managed to do today, this morning. So hopefully the cameras do it justice. I think it's something you really do need to see yourself. It's not something that everybody wants to see or takes an interest in, but nevertheless it's something I do. So I wasn't going to miss this opportunity. Again, it's about an hour before sunrise, so it's perfect really. The weather's great, it's clear skies. It was an ungodly earthly hour of the day, but that doesn't really matter when you're trying to see something like this, for me anyway. So see what you think. This is a sped up simulation of the actual pass that we're going to see in a moment. As you can see, the station's passing just south of Florida. Now it's heading up over the North Atlantic Ocean, heading east towards the UK and Europe. Crucially, you'll notice this is the night side of the Earth, and at 4:22 AM, just about now, you can see that the space station actually passes into the sunlight, so the astronauts experience a sunrise. So this is where I start my video, and this is why we can see it from the ground, because the station is actually in sunlight while the ground isn't. As we get to the UK, just about now, that's where I'm viewing it from. So at that point I can see that from the ground, and so can the rest of Europe, at which point the satellite continues its orbit to the east, around the globe, along with many other satellites, which if you were interested you could actually observe as well. And that's what we're about to see next. So it's about 22 minutes past 4 in the morning. Got the GoPro set up, facing south, looking west, expecting the International Space Station any minute now to come up over the horizon, straight over the top towards the sunrise over there. And do our best with the phone and the GoPro to pick this up. We can see those stars over there, so there's a good chance that we'll capture the International Space Station looking quite bright. Sunrise is not too far off. I think it's about 50 minutes away, maybe an hour, so the birds are chirping, kicking into life. That's east, sunrise. That's south, just to the left of the moon, looking west. It's a bit cloudy, but there is an opening right where we're looking for. There it is, how bright is that? And there it is, dead south. I'll zoom in for you. Come on, iPhone. Well, that doesn't work so well. Try and focus the camera for you here. There. There it goes. Point of reference. As you can see, travelling east, really quite bright actually. Exactly on cue. Hopefully the GoPro captured that better than the iPhone, but as you can see, still clearly in view. Heading towards the sunrise, towards the sun, so it should get dimmer and dimmer as we see it, just because the backdrop of the sky gets brighter. There it goes. Try and keep things in focus, it's quite low light. I can still see it with the naked eye quite clearly. Not sure whether that's coming up on the camera, but hopefully the GoPro captured that. So it came all the way from the west, almost missed the beginning behind that cloud. I started the video there and it travelled over to the east. So we'll see how we did. That was a perfect opportunity to see it, good conditions, perfect lighting and a nice bright illumination. And yeah, I only hope this video does it justice, because you have to really see it with the naked eye to do it justice. So have a look out for it next time it's passing over your way. So there we go. So in many ways it's fairly unspectacular, but for me and probably a fair few other people around the world, I find it quite amazing, to be honest. So to use apps that we can get on our phone to predict where it's going to be and when, even when it comes out the shadow, you know, that's something else you can look for. It's pretty cool, but it is something you need to see with your own eyes and do yourself to really appreciate what's going on. But you know, to think that there's, you know, between 4 and 6 people on that at any one time, and it was launched, you know, 22 years ago, pretty much 1998, and it was launched in sections. The first section was very small, and then they've launched other sections since, and then they've built it in space. It's doing over 17,000 miles an hour, 250 miles plus above the Earth's surface. You know, the reason we see it is because it's in the sun, but we're not, so the sky's dark, it's reflective. Yeah, I find it quite amazing. The International Space Station goes over every single day, and that's true to say for most places in the world, you know, given its trajectory and its orbit. But you have to see it under the right circumstances. You know, you're not going to see it in the daytime, as explained on the last video, but if you can catch it when it's in the sunlight, but it's still dark enough down on the surface where we are, then that's before sunrise and just after sunset, then that's what you're looking for. And the higher it is, the more chance you've got of seeing it, and the longer you get to see it. So good luck spotting it where you are, and I'll see you in the next one.